Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Jay.
Well, it's nice to see you in person. We used to record a podcast together where we rarely did it in person. I think we did it in person twice.
Bet on Canada Summits. I think that's the only time we did it in person.
Yeah, it's funny like that. Introduce yourself.
My name is Brett Chang. I'm the co-founder and CEO of The Peak.
Great. We each had some homework before we got here. I'm going to get my computer. We're going to look at the videos. Good?
Sounds good.
Do you live in Toronto and hate hiring contractors but constantly need work done on your home? Are you stuck between a local guy who's not reliable and a big company who just doesn't care? We actually have specialized teams for both window cleaning and gutter cleaning, pressure washing, and outdoor painting and staining. I'm Dan Givon, the owner of Shine Windows and the Deck People. And here are 3 reasons why we're your best choice. So number 1, we've actually done 4,000 jobs in the city, and at least 200 of them have given us a 5-star review in your neighborhood. We do a detailed analysis of the job before we actually do the quote. And lastly, we take so much pride in our work that if you have a problem with anything we do, we'll chase you down to let us fix it. We're booking up super fast, so click below to have us call you for a free quote.
What a video, Jay.
First thoughts?
What I love about that video the most is that you always have to have, or I think the most compelling videos, there's some type of opponent or enemy. And even in something as simple as deck construction, he complains about how people hate hiring contractors to do small amounts of work and that they're not reliable and they don't provide good service. And I love that. He's got kind of an enemy there that you can latch upon. But I think it's a great video, and especially the hook at the start where it's just a very clear problem statement that I think a lot of people run into.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, the reason why I even know this video is not so much in the video itself, although it is a good video, is that the targeting that they did with these videos through Instagram, everybody in my neighborhood, on my street, got the same video, basically has the same problem, which is probably true in most of West End Toronto. And it's found, like, you can call this guy and he shows up. Which apparently in the video, it happens to be true in real life. I thought the hook was really good because it is a problem that everybody has. And then there's many more problems within that everybody does experience, right? Contractors not calling you back. And then they make it very local where that people in your neighborhood, and we got the ad. So it was like very much in our neighborhood. Have you ever hired someone off of Instagram?
That's a great question. I don't think so. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but I would. And it's for these types of use cases where it's a service that I know I'm going to need. It's not something that I think a lot about. And it's really hard to do research on this.
Right.
So if I wanted to find somebody who's going to clean my deck or make it nicer, it's hard to go through all the Google reviews and figure out who's legit and who's not and who's reliable. And just seeing a person and being able to put a name to it, I think is really helpful and would accelerate my decision making if I needed that service.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is the second or third time it's come up in these series of conversations. I call them sort of founder-led content. And sometimes it's about a restaurant. This time it's about a service. But is there something to that where founder-led services, the brand of the company is the founder themselves?
Yeah, I think it is. I'll give you another example. I didn't put this as the video that caught my eye, but it is in a similar category, heat pumps. I get a lot of videos like this about heat pumps, and they're not necessarily founder-led. These are people that were hired by a company to be the creator for it. But they do a great job at just humanizing the whole thing, where, again, it's a difficult decision to make who you hire to buy and install a heat pump for you. And if you can put a face to it, any face to it, whether it's the founder or somebody who works there, it doesn't really matter. But having a face to it is a huge differentiator from just a random website that you may pull up.
Yeah. Do you find that you are drawn to those types of videos even as you're scrolling Instagram?
For sure. I'm way more drawn to those videos than any content without a human in it. And especially now, I think I'm getting better at detecting which ones have the AI people in them. And those ones I really just keep scrolling on.
It's really, like, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Like, you can do it. Like, you don't need AI to be a person. Like, there's lots of people
Sure.
who actually do it. Yeah. I mean, this caught me. And then, I'm a sucker for it. Like, I actually did the call to action. Like, he did our deck.
Yeah, nice.
And he showed up.
Was he good?
He was good.
Nice.
And it is. And
shout out to Dan.
Shout out to Dan Givon. And it's not so much in this, but I not so much I respond to like hustle culture on Instagram, but he's really done it. Like, he saw an opportunity. Once I heard his story, he saw an opportunity, he saw a gap, this type of work, big contractors don't want to do, small contractors can't do. You need to have a team that can be in lots of places. The work window in Canada is super small for this work. Like, he actually figured it all out. So I have a lot of admiration for this guy. And he does lean in on content, which I quite like from a reframe perspective. Yeah, I'm down with this video.
The next level of this, I imagine, would be him talking about how he's building his business.
Yeah.
So a bit behind the scenes of, this is how I make content.
Yeah.
This is how content works. This is how I actually show up at a house and prepare to clean someone's deck and what's involved in that. All of that, I think, would be really good for his brand and would continue to build that audience in an organic way.
Well, after we run you saying that, I'm going to pitch him.
It's a great idea.
He does live in the neighborhood. I only know that because I see his car.
Sure.
So it's also come this sort of
That's
full
smart
circle.
too.
Really smart. Maybe he doesn't even live there. He just parks his car there.
Yeah.
Even smarter.
Love it.
See, he's content in real world too.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to watch your video now.
Okay.
New York is suffering from a crisis, and it's called halalflation. Today, we're going to get to the bottom of this. How much does a plate of halal cost right now from this truck?
$10.
$10. Chicken over rice, lamb over rice, $10.
$10?
Yeah.
When you're a street vendor, you have to pay for the food, the plates. How much do you have to pay for your permit?
Before it was 22K.
17,000.
And how much does a license cost if you get it from the city?
I think 400.
And who are you paying?
The permit owner.
You're not paying the city.
No.
You pay the permit owner $22,000 just so you can sell this food.
Yes.
And who is this?
A random guy.
Have you ever applied for a permit?
Yeah, I'm applied and no come anything.
It's long wait. I'm number 3,800 something. And
After 2 years, you're number 3,800.
yes.
These are the 4 bills that are sitting in the city council right now, which would give these vendors their own permits and make your halal more affordable. But Eric Adams hasn't said a single word about them. If you own the permit, then how much would you charge for the plate?
$7.
$8.
$8.
Would you rather pay $10 for a plate of halal or $8?
$8.
I think $8 is the way to go.
If I was the mayor, I'd be working with city council from day one to make halal $8 again.
So, how would it taste?
Tastes like $10, but it should be 8.
So that's from Zorhan Mamdani, who ran a very online campaign, very effectively using videos like this. What drew you to that video in particular, but also sort of the videos he ran?
It's funny because, like you just said, when we were kind of off camera here talking about the video that we saw before, it's got a very similar hook where he just jumps right into it and he says New York is in a crisis of affordability, and he's pointing to this halal box, which is just like a shawarma box here, as a main culprit of that. And so the hook is very similar. And then he kind of gets into it and he tells a story. There's a narrative, there's conflict. And I think what's most appealing about it from a political standpoint, but this is true, I think, for any type of content that you're creating, is it doesn't appear to be the type of content that you would expect from someone like that. If you look at politicians, they talk in a certain way, they make certain content, and anything that is outside of the box is surprising to people and will get more attention.
Yeah, he's acting as a reporter in this, really. He's acting like in one of the series of this, we were shooting a sort of mock video, which we'll do in a bit, and we had someone do it like sort of man on the street type of thing. Mm-hmm. And in this case, something super relatable, super local, halal trucks in New York. Certainly make the case, and he did it very effectively. It also strikes me, we watched a video earlier in this about a very similar crisis about the price of hockey sticks as a crisis, the price of hockey overall. And the solution was, in this case, not someone running for mayor, but a new brand, not CCM, not Bauer, but a new solution to sort of cheaper hockey sticks to keep getting more in school. This campaign in particular, this was one of hundreds of thousands of videos that he put out and others on his behalf. Do elected officials or people running for office get this wrong all the time?
Yeah. And it's in politics, everyone who works in politics, they know about the narrative in communications, that there's kind of a broad story that they want to tell about why a voter should select them. This is true for brands too. In that hockey stick example, there is a narrative about what's wrong with the current hockey stick industry and why there needs to be a new brand and how that solves a lot of these problems. In this case, it's the same thing. And you have to continuously come up with different ways to communicate that narrative. Now, for most politicians, that might be the same old, I do a speech, or I do a video where I look straight at the camera and talk about something, or I do an event somewhere. But I think where Zoran really excelled is he started with the internet first. He says, what type of content is going to be most appealing for people? And then how do I connect that back to my broader narrative and come up with a bunch of creative ways to talk about that main narrative, which was affordability in this case, but create really compelling content around that.
And don't talk about it in abstract, but actual real world, and not only real world expenses. He could have done a very similar topic that could have sucked, right? He could have just sat direct to camera about the price of halal meat. Instead, halal trucks. Instead, he went to halal trucks and said, "What is the issue?" Right, and brought it back to his opponent. There's conflict there. There's a call to action. But for me, obviously, there's a lot to it.
There's no difference between this video and the video you watched before.
Right.
When you really break it down,
Right.
There is a way to do storytelling, and you can apply that in a million different ways or mediums or to products or brands or politics or whatever. And it's the same thing. It's problem, solution, some conflict. It's all of those components. And if you understand those components and you start from there at a place of first principles, you can create a bunch of really compelling content no matter what you're talking about. You can make anything interesting.
Yeah. The person that was on before you was making CPA as a service interesting.
Yeah. And these are things that nobody thinks about, but they all have a story to tell around it. And if you use those same components and you come up with creative ways to communicate that, you can be really successful. And we're seeing that in a bunch of different creators and brands.
Yeah. So here's your surprise brief for content on content. You ready?
Okay, I'm excited to see it.
It's actually your envelope. Hold it up.
This is my envelope.
Yes.
It says brief Brett on it. So
that's how you know it's
and
yours.
I have not seen this. I didn't even know this was happening. So
I don't think I saw it, and I did know it was happening.
I'm going to be totally taken aback here.
Okay. It's long.
Okay.
Alex put it together.
So do you want me to read it?
Yeah, read it, and then, read it.
Okay.
From the top.
Yep. Overview. Create a campaign video for a centrist, mushy middle city councillor running to be mayor of Toronto. The councillor has previously not taken strong positions, but is ready to debut a platform with bite, just the way I like it. That's me adding that. Because of his inexperience and thin policy chops, he's been dismissed by the media as a serious contender and is trailing his opponent, a former Liberal MP and cabinet minister who has institutional support. So the candidate, which is the councillor, the Toronto City councillor, who's in the centrist, he's in the mushy middle.
Yeah.
The goal of this content is to differentiate from other mayoral candidates by highlighting their bold signature policy, which is priority bus lanes on all major streets. The tone needs to be accessible, upbeat, pragmatic, common sense leadership. The length, 30 to 45 seconds, snappy, TikTok native. And the hook is intended to catch attention in the first 3 sections with a relatable frustration. Okay. Where do we start?
I have an idea.
Yep.
Because I think if it really is about bus lanes, pretty relatable. He's pro bus lanes.
Pro bus lanes.
Okay. We also have people in the middle against bus lanes, but
Sure.
this is pro bus lanes.
Sure.
I'd put him on a bus, the Zoran Mamdani method.
So the hook is that I'm on X bus,
Yep.
whatever the bus is.
Yep.
And
You're good at this, by the way. I can already tell.
while I'm taken aback because I was not expecting this. I'm
Right.
doing it all on the fly. Hope we can
This
fix
is the genius of Brett.
And the candidate will say something along the lines of, Toronto has some of the slowest buses in the world. I don't know if that's true, but it's politics, Jay. Doesn't matter. And he on the bus should actually try to talk to some of the people on the bus. Man on the street style, like we just saw.
Yeah.
And he should ask them how long their commute is normally on this bus.
Yeah.
And if they would be, how much happier or how much more time could they spend with their families if he could speed up their commute by 15 minutes a day.
Yep.
Then gets off the bus, timer shows how long it took him to get to his destination, and the candidate should talk about his proposal, which is these priority bus lanes and why this will fix the problem.
I like it. This is a good ad.
It's a good ad. I don't think we.
You're going to be the candidate.
Okay. Wow, this
Well,
is,
you
this
could-
is an elaborate thing you guys got going on here.
Brett, I'm now voting for you for mayor, whether you like it or not. And I appreciate your time today.
Thanks, Jay. If that's the case, I feel bad for the people of Toronto.
But they're getting 30 minutes back.
Yeah. I've heard that one before.